hot cash, strange directions, and familiar paintings. This is Gluttony and Earth. Hello and welcome to the IDL. My name's Nick and this is Gluttony and Earth. I do this every time. I try to catch you guys off guard with it.
Good luck finding where we
shot
started.
Through the heart, and you're to blame. It's Kyle.
That wasn't shot. That was eating
tater
tots.
Yeah, you're to blame.
What?
Yeah, shot through the heart, and you're to blame, Kyle.
I'm innocent.
No.
I was just eating tater
tots. Lock him up!
No!
This ain't a song for the brokenhearted. It's Adam.
Never been in love, never planned to be in love.
That's why it's never for the brokenhearted. It's can't have a broken heart if you've never. Once upon a time, not so long ago, it's BakaZombie.
So we're trying song lyrics for intros again, but using different songs, not the same song like you did last time.
This one was 3 songs from Bon Jovi.
What? That was Bon Jovi.
Yeah. This one's less obvious, but yours was Living on a Prayer. I got the 2 obvious ones from the first line for the first 2, and I was like, I can't find one that's a clear cut.
Yeah, I guess. What is the Living on? That doesn't. Is that the first line of Living on a Prayer?
Yeah, I know.
The rest of the song is just so much more memorable, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Once upon a time, not so long ago, Tommy used to work on the docks.
Oh, that's because that's the part that he says. He doesn't sing that part.
Oh, I just looked at the lyrics.
Why.
I didn't.
Yeah, because Tommy used to work. That's the part everybody knows, because that's where he starts singing.
That's the karaoke bit.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. I don't know. That was I'm not going to use Bon Jovi again. This was real mood for me.
I was hoping you were going to try it again. I have something that I was thinking about. God damn it. I listened to the episode where I called myself out on this. Where I say I was thinking about this, and I still fucking did it. No, we're into May. The recordings are in May. When the episodes go live, they'll be in May. The recordings are in April. But I wanted to we'll be knee deep into spring at that point, and I'm curious. What is? I think we've talked about overall rankings of seasons before, but I'm curious what everyone just honing in on spring itself. Like, what's your nuanced take on spring? What is this question? It's so vague. Why were we supposed to start with that?
What do you mean it's vague? It's a pretty narrow topic. Like, what are your thoughts on spring the season? Pretty bland about it? You don't like
I mean, I'm glad the fucking snow's gone. Well,
is it?
The snow's gone,
is it?
It was 60 degrees today, so I hope to God.
That's what I mean. That's my thoughts. I was like, I was thinking about. I really was thinking about this because I'm walking through snow all day, and I'm like, it's the middle of spring. What the fuck? Like, we will never fuck spring because it's only snow. It's only snow for us. We get 4 days of spring, and then it's gone. So for me personally, I thought I was going to be okay with spring, but in general, I think it's bullshit because it's literally just another season for winter to linger. Because it just does not exist elsewise.
Yeah, I think my nuanced take for spring, I don't really have a take. It's not my least favorite season, but it's truly just real bland. Don't have any strong feelings for or against it. It's just a filler in between winter and summer.
What's the kind of temps you getting? What's the snow levels for you?
Snow levels are 0.
Oh, wow.
For North Carolina gets 1 or 2 days of ice.
Okay.
And that's about it. we didn't get any of that this year. When it was cold enough for that, we didn't get rain, so it didn't ice. And like, I mean, the temperatures have been wild lately. Like 4 days ago it was in the 80s, and today it's only getting up to like 45 or 50 or something like that. But it's the mild reprieve before I get into a hot and humid summer. But there's nothing exciting about spring for me.
I've had a snowstorm once a fucking week, and I'm sick of it.
That's truly what you get for living where you live. I was fully aware of that, and when I got the opportunity to move further south, at least for a while, now it's probably going to be longer, but I was like, great, no more winter for a while. Perfect.
My mistake was when I did move out of this temperature range, this latitude, I moved to Florida, and it was literally the most miserable 6 months of my life. and then I was like, maybe I do like seasons. I was like, no, that you just don't like Florida.
Yeah. Yep. That's the difference.
So yeah, I want to like spring because it warms up. It goes from shitty to warm, supposedly, and that's my problem with it. Kyle, what is it? Summer year round for you?
I was about to say, I don't experience seasons, dude.
Spring is just like a slightly more comfortable summer.
Yeah, basically.
I don't know, I haven't paid that close of attention. Do you have to deal with hurricanes and such, Kyle? Like, is that as much of a concern for you?
No.
Okay.
Could be typhoon?
I mean, whatever the...
Cyclones? Whatever other oceans storms are called.
Yeah. No, I think it's because I know you're still kind of far out, but it's like off the west coast, basically. Usually like closer like the west coast of areas, it's not as stormy as like the eastern side of a continent. So like, for instance, like in like I want to say the Pacific Islands. I think that's not at all what it's called. But like in Southeast Asia, like those series of islands, like they get it real bad because they're off the east coast of everything. I guess I don't know how far west Hawaii is, like how in that east to west, on a scale of east to west, how where Hawaii is on the Pacific.
The most intense weather I've ever gone was just intense trade wind. Where everything would just blow off your table, and you can like just stand there, and the wind would sometimes just carry you.
Wow, ooh, that's terrifying. I have had issues where like the wind has been too strong for me, and I do not have like a sizable body to withstand it.
This ain't a song for the broken hearted.
And for Baka, spring is because we don't really. I mean, to be fair, we don't really get spring.
Yeah,
up here anymore. I maybe there's been spring. I feel like I've had spring before up here, and I'm just being jaded because it's been a snowstorm every fucking week.
Since I've moved away, and like just hearing things, it feels like spring has been getting smaller and smaller, and winter keeps shifting like later and later when it starts.
Yes,
which like
isn't for sure
isn't great on the whole global warming side of things, because like that's a sign of the times. But
right,
I'm glad like I had it when I did, because I remember having like real actual springs and that type of stuff where snow was rare around this time of year, and now it's like not as rare as it used to be.
Speaking of rare, it's time for a recap.
That's not rare. That happens every episode.
No, but what is rare is someone crossing over willingly from Fracterra into Dark World, which you all did. You all made that journey. You arrived in the darkness with only compass above you to guide you forward. That and Thellum climbing a tree.
Thellum crying.
Thellum crying. Thellum climbed a tree when you guys got in there. You were in a little bit of a grassy clearing with some trees, a little foresty area. Again, you can't see past your dark vision, so any noise or sight, like very just unusual setting for you to not really have a good idea of what's going on around you at any time. But Thellum climbs a tree to get a better vantage and notices kind of like a worn out path leading in a direction towards Compass. Of course, you all don't know it's called Compass, but the moon in the sky, the full moon in the sky. The other thing that is going on when he is that Endien, her mag phone goes off, and Endien gets a series of disjointed messages, all like checking in from Darius, as it seems as though Darius has, journeyed to some place, likely explaining that she's journeying with a guy named Gargak, likely with to a place called Mother's Village, where a miracle worker lives, saying that there's... I imagine you relay almost everything that we've seen in those things. I didn't talk about it when we were in episode. We kind of rushed through that, but like, you got probably a good amount of knowledge out of that. So pretty much everything that we've talked about in Vignette is almost open season for you guys information wise. And also Endien is invisible at all times now, because in Dark World you need dark vision to see. And Endien has disappeared into Dark World. Except you follow the path that you guys had found, leading to an abandoned cemetery. The house seems pretty empty. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on here, except on your way to it, you've noticed sounds as if someone's walking with you all on your way to the cemetery, but unable to see who it is. But in the cemetery, they attack. It's a series of 8 dire wolves looking starved and willing to fight to survive at this point. You guys were able to put them down, took a small break, and continued forward on the path. When you arrived at a gated city that is covered in a dense fog. As you guys are entering the city, entering the fog, some more things of note happen. One, you realize the fog seems to be able to extend your vision. So you can see much farther than what you normally could. However, everything is obscured by fog, so it's only as far as the fog will let you in that regard. So you might see a far-off building, but it is silhouetted in darkness. And Endien alights in this black flame, and strings from her limbs and body shoot up, or are up, extending up into the void of the sky. And it appears as though to Endien she's under some sort of magical effect similar to fairy fire.
There's the accept.
Thellum decides to immediately go off on his own to start asking about Darius and Deborah. First, interacting with this beggar, asking for 10 gold. Oh, please, won't you give me 10 gold? And he says, no, sir, and runs off to ask more people. Bumps into someone who is trying to lure him into an alleyway, and he says, no, sir, and runs off, and bumps into 3 ghouls with their pet humanoid. As you can tell, it has a leash around it. And they also are giving Thellum a hard time. And Endien and Nathaniel also interact with the beggar. Oh, please, just 10. They're like, only if you give us information. And then he's like, so you won't give it? And they're like, I guess not. And they also walk off. Endien clocks at something weird, some fae, something or other type deal with this guy. But you realize this town is a town of ghouls, ghasts, and their pet humanoids. And that is where we left off.
I believe Endien and I were trying to track down Thellum.
Yes. Thellum also had wandered away from the 3 ghouls who were giving him a hard time. So I guess if you guys are looking for each other, are you shouting his name? It's starting to look like everyone's kind of dark silhouettes in the fog.
I don't think we're shouting his name, no.
No.
Just looking for Thellum.
Yeah, I would, if anything. Ildatha has to be an owl. This is like such an awkward, scary situation. He's got to be owled up.
Yeah, we'll say Ildatha turns into an owl here.
If nothing else, I would ask him if he wouldn't mind, so that we have that additional silhouette of like an owl flying with us, which Thellum would be able to pick out easier than us being able to find him.
All right, I shall act as a beacon, and then flips into an elf and starts hovering around you guys like a Sims icon.
Because Ildatha can do it willy-nilly. I only got it 2 times a day. Or 2 times a nap.
2 times a nap.
Once, twice, 2 times a nap.
Yeah. That's my favorite early country album.
I mean, I think we would continue going around, like getting close enough to people to see who they actually are, and then just moving through this village. Also keeping a very close eye if anyone's following us or any of that type of bullshittery.
Yeah,
so it seems as though, again, you can tell you're being watched. It's obvious. They're not really making it hidden. People are leering at you as you walk by. No one's made any hostile moves, but you do know you're not unconvinced that someone won't try to make an issue to confront you. It's just, it seems as though everyone, you could try and talk to people. They might be willing. It's just, they also seen the humanoids leashed. To them, you might think they think you're just another animal.
Yeah. Nathaniel is very, obviously free-spirited, and just, the idea of being leashed by these people is very, immediately puts them on edge of just, we need to get out of this place. This is a bad place for everyone involved.
So if you're just looking around, Thellum, would you just be going to different people to try and ask if they've seen 2 hobgoblins?
Yes, but if by the 3rd time he gets almost surrounded by these people, he would get the sense of that he should not be doing this.
The 3rd time it takes you.
Yeah.
3rd time's a charm.
Yeah, you bump into two people who their tongues reach out almost like they hang out like their own appendage, and it's they're dripping wet with saliva, and they almost want to put it around your shoulder like an arm as you're talking to them, and they're like, "Hello, you new here? You need help finding your way?"
I don't.
Well, you seem a bit lost.
Put some pepper on my hands, move that tongue out of the way.
Seasoning yourself, you.
I'm just gonna.
And, the tongue brushes across your shoulder blade. It's wet. It's warm.
Ew. I will wipe off the saliva. And I'll be like, no, I'm good. Bye.
Yeah, they won't chase after you, but I think you get the sense that approaching these people alone probably is not good. It seems as though people are just waiting for a slip up of you. But you would be able to see the flying owl above.
I was just gonna use a mag phone. But yeah, I would go to the owl.
Okay.
I don't trust.
That's fair. You guys can split up. You have mag phones.
Well, 2 of us have mag phones.
Yeah. Nathaniel and Ildatha you 2 would have to stick with at least one of them.
Hey guys.
Where do you guys keep your money?
Hey guys.
In my mouth.
The weirdest thing is someone tries to pickpocket, they reach their hand in your mouth. No, where do you guys keep your money?
I haven't thought of that.
Does Nathaniel doesn't have money, right?
I technically do, but I think any coins that they've accumulated, they left at their house because it's like, we're not going somewhere where money's going to do me any good. Yeah. So I don't think they have any money on their person.
I think in a pouch on like the front of her hip.
Okay.
And like for Thellum, it would just be loosely around inside his bag of holding.
It's constantly falling out of Thellum's pockets as he walks. Out of the hole in the bottom of his pocket.
Just tie some coins to his ankle so you know where he is at all time. He jingles when he walks. Okay. Endien, give me a Constitution save.
Oh, I'm good at those. Everybody, watch this. How did I know it was going to be bad? 4.
4. As you're walking, your leg starts to feel this building heat. And if you look at why,
I do.
the bag where your coins are starting to get hot. It's not melting. It's not like burning through the bag or anything, but it is getting hot.
I'm gonna take it off. Does this feel warm to you? She'll like hold it out towards Nathaniel.
I'm assuming yes.
Yes, it does feel hot. It's starting to get hot to you too.
Would I recognize this, since it's a spell I can prepare, as like a heat metal type spell? Like something of that nature?
Give me an Arcana check.
Ooh, that's not my strong suit. 8.
You're not sure. It could be. You're not sure why it's feeling hot suddenly.
Yes, it is warm. Yeah.
I discreetly peek inside of it to see if something's in there heating it up.
Nope, just the coins.
Weird. I'm going to take off my backpack on my back and like wrap it in some cloth that's in there, like that I use for meditating, and like put it in the pack, so it's not like just sitting on top. It's rolled up into something and put in there.
Okay. All right. So what? You've walked a bit into the city. Fog. You know that going off on your own will probably result in disaster if you're unlucky. You could talk to, like I said, you could try to talk to people. If you're in a group, you think it might be a little bit more safe to do so, as nobody's outright just gang beat you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any like notable buildings that we can see?
It's a variety of heights and stuff like that. As you're walking and you're closer to buildings, you'll see some things that look like residential. Things look beat up in this town. Like there's some residential. There does seem to be shops.
Do we want to try talking to a business owner over people in the street?
They may have maybe more likely to give us good information, especially if we can afford to purchase something from them.
Darius is here. He'd probably go looking for things that he might need.
We could also ask about some of the landmarks he mentioned in his messages to get an idea of where we are in relation to him.
Go to the nearest building that looks like a shop.
Yeah, you find a butcher shop.
Oh.
And you get inside and you see limbs. Humanoid. I mean, humanoid arms, humanoid legs. You see rings of intestines. You see containers of blood. There is a white sitting behind the counter with this just bloodied ape. You can tell, you guess it's bloody. Everything's in black and white. So you guess this bloodied apron and like no shirt on otherwise. So it's just like blood on the arms and hands. And they've just got like a butcher's block and like a counter that they work at.
Nathaniel, when my brain was firing its neurons to itself, I was too vague to my decision-making part of my brain. Did you happen to see any general stores in the area?
Not yet, but I don't think we're gonna get good information out of this shop. Just like as we walk in, Nathaniel like hails a little bit. Yeah, it's just like a little, again, we can't see color, but like a little green, like ashy in the face, and just like, oh, maybe somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Again, I think I was too vague with my decision making. My brain just chose something without me.
Yeah. Maybe like the second shop we see.
Yeah, how about that? Another butcher shop.
Yeah. This is Butcher Alley.
All the way down.
No, you can get to a general good. They've got like clothes. They've got general good for like clothes, basic like ointments, different like curios. So it's like a kind of like a mom and pop shop drugstore. There's a ghoul sitting on a rocking chair in the behind the counter.
Oh, this is what I was looking for. You know it's good when the owner's sitting in a rocking chair.
Yeah, nothing bad's gonna happen here.
Means he's too comfortable.
Excuse me, we are new to this area and we had some questions, if you don't mind humoring us.
No bathrooms to the public.
This is surprisingly normal so far. No, we took care of that already. We were just wondering, we were looking for somebody and we're inquiring if possibly seen them or could help us looking for landmarks that they mentioned there nearby. He was a shorter hobgoblin, would have had an even shorter one with him, a younger one.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
All right.
I don't know what a hobgoblin is.
I was gonna try and describe one.
If you as for the other things, I mean, this is a business. If you want to buy something, maybe I'll chit chat with you. But
do you have a map of this land?
A map?
I mean, it's something that shows you where things are.
We just look towards compass, and you know where things are.
Of course, yes. What are popular things to buy here?
Ointments.
Very awkward smile.
Shoes. Paper.
You're
very curious collection of things people buy around.
It is popular. I mean, there's a lot of different things here. You could probably find your whatever you're looking for here.
Well, let's look around and see what
maybe
we
you
can
might
find.
See some hobgoblins on the shelves or whatever.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Possibly, yes. Yes, let's look around. Find some things that we want.
There's just like I said, it's kind of like a mom and pop drugstore. So like there's basic utility, like things that people would just want for their house, like matches or basic clothing or ointments or bandages. There are some curios. There are some like carvings. There are some like necklaces. You see some like carvings, like little wooden carvings of the moon, things like that.
Would there be antidote in here at all for poison?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know how much antidotes cost.
5 cents, I think.
5 copper. I don't know if Nathaniel's ever been in a store. So it's like as awkward as Endien is with interacting with the shopkeeper, Nathaniel's just like arms straight at their sides, just like not knowing at all what this interaction should be. And as Endien is like browsing, they're just following behind, like also picking up things and like looking at them like, yes, this is what we do at shops. Yes, indeed.
50 gold for antitoxin.
50 gold, I got that. But my money's burning me.
I always forget like where to find it because it's called antitoxin instead of antidotes.
Oh, yes.
So I was like, where is this? Yeah, so you do see there's like 2 vials of antitoxin.
I'll take one of these. You find anything you want, Thellum?
What are the shoes like?
There's some really nice shoes.
Do you have shoes on right now, Thellum?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I know you originally didn't, but I forgot if
he got handcrafted like nice boots from Dubois.
Oh,
yeah,
I did.
Yeah. So yeah, there are just nice shoes here. They like some basic shoes. You can get some nice shoes. Those shoes are surplus from the cobbler.
Who? The peach cobbler?
A shoe cobbler.
They make those?
Well, you can't. You don't. You are one or you aren't. You don't make shoe cobblers.
Nathaniel isn't this type of character, but technically it's like, you do make them, they just don't start off as cobblers.
I think that's being too essentialist of the condition of a person who is born to be, that they can be easily equated to just what they become in the future. Are you buying or not?
I'm good.
Just one antitoxin?
Yes, please.
Alright, that'll be 50 gold.
I'm gonna take my money pouch out of my bag.
Give me a con save.
Oh, good. Hey, 17.
Yeah, I mean they've gotten increasingly hotter, but you're able to get them and like get it out to the counter in time. But they've gotten even worse to the touch.
What?
And he just picks it up, bites down onto it because he's never seen the gold that's the gold standard that's been printed in Fracterra.
Mm-hmm.
So strange coins, but you're strange people, I guess. But it's gold. Gold's gold.
Yes.
Puts it away. All right, what kind of questions you got?
Our friend mentioned swamps and
The belly swamps.
yeah. He probably said it because what's his name told him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, pretty much anything you had in the vignettes were probably fair game.
I think I listened to Darius's vignettes.
Oh, well.
Yes, he would have mentioned the belly swamps,
Yeah.
because that's one of the few actual names he's gotten for anything.
Yes, the belly swamps, and there was some. Did he call us when he got to the village? Because we haven't done a vignette since.
No.
Probably, like, I know we're loose on the timeline. Probably not. It's probably something he does before going to sleep or waking up. So, like, not yet. He'd probably say, like, this is where I'm going, but doesn't know when they're arriving.
Yes, in the belly swamps, he was saying.
And he's like staring at you like expectantly, like as if there's something more to say about it.
Oh, but how would I get to those?
You go west.
So also, how do we navigate by using compass? Again, we're new here.
Well, you see where compass is.
Yes.
And you go west from compass.
Okay, so compass is essentially north. No, it's the center.
Compass is where you point. I guess north. Whenever you're acting like this is your first day, and
it is
interesting.
Yes, I know.
Where do you come from?
Don't think that's important for this conversation.
Endien literally makes that face that like slowly opening her mouth without saying anything. But yes, Nathaniel steps in.
I'm not trying to be rude here, but very strange that you're here. If you're not from Dark World.
Yes, we seem to have found ourselves here after. I'm not entirely sure of everything that happened before this.
All right,
So,
well, like I said, you just look towards compass and you go the direction to the place. So if you're looking for the swamps, you go west.
Okay. This is still breaking my brain. I'm sorry. And I spend a lot of times in the forest. So if I'm looking at compass, west would be to my left?
Yes.
Because compass is a moon, right?
Yes. It's a full moon.
Okay.
Yes, you look towards compass and you go west.
Which would be my left because compass is north?
You seem very confused here.
I am. I'm sorry.
This play. No, like I was trying to ask why you're, because you seem like you found yourself here without knowing anything about this place.
Yes, I think some sort of amnesia set in to not know where we came from. Is it? By the way, is this like a ghoul, or
yes, it's a ghoul.
Okay, and he's not like licking us or anything.
No, He's just in his rocking chair. He's all right. Maybe you should probably make your way over to Lord Volcul's manor. I think he might be interested in your being here. If he doesn't already know you're here.
Who is Lord Volcul?
Lord Volcul is the leader. You're in the Volcul estate. This whole town is his domain.
All right. And which way would we go to get to there? Would we go left, looking at compass, or?
Just head towards compass, and you'll see it. It's the big manor just outside of town.
For my dumb brain, does the moon sit on the horizon?
Moon is almost like a 90 degree from where, if you were look 90 degree up to the sky, that's where it is. So it's not in the horizon; it's up in the sky 90 degrees.
But it's not above us to the point where
it's not above you.
Okay,
yeah, it's always looking
more sense now that I know
right. So it's always like that. It's like when Darius was first introduced into Dark World. The building was blocking compass from his view to begin with until he got up because it's coming in at an angle.
It's
like someone's view,
a 45 degrees.
Yeah, a constant 45.
Oh yeah, sorry, 90 straight up.
If I think of the ground as the first.
Yeah, 45 is what I meant. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, if you head towards, you're getting a good sense that the way they know directions is through compass. It's their touchstone for all directions.
Yeah, now that I know that it kind of sits a little lower, it makes more sense. All right, so we will go speak with him. Thank you for all your help.
No problem.
Awkward smile. Awkward
Paying
small
customers. Tell them Hal sent you.
We'll put in a good word. Thank you, Hal.
Yeah, so you got some oxytocin. That's the real cure. No, yeah, so you got some antitoxin. You've talked to Hal, the general goods store manager, and he's recommended, so you could go just to the belly swamps to the west, or you could go to Volcul's manor to talk to Volcul. Those are the two from his interaction that you got a sense of.
How
do we actually?
Once we leave the shop.
Yeah, I assumed you had gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight
talk. How long was your friend traveling through the swamps?
Days.
You got at least 7 messages. That maybe, it may I think you could get a good sense that he was messaging you before going to bed, but that doesn't mean they didn't walk through a day or something like that. I don't know how much Darius explained that time just did not seem understandable at this point, but it seems as though at least 7 messages, I'd say.
When he was lucid enough, mentally there enough on that type of stuff to realize it, he wouldn't have included that in the messages. Once he realized that time didn't mean as much, he was more focused on just surviving.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I got 7 messages. I don't know how well they correlate to days.
So that's a large trek of land to be going through.
Yes.
I don't know if I trust the Lord, but if he said he was heading to a location?
Yeah, they were talking about a village.
Mother's Village is what
Mother's Village. I was going to mention Mother, but I couldn't remember if that was part of before they got there or not. It's the Mother's Village.
The Lord may be able to point us in the direction of that instead of the swamp itself.
I'm sorry, I thought you were being religious for a second. I forgot that the Lord of the Manor thing.
No.
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 Oh, Nathaniel, I didn't know.
I'm not.
You're multi-classing in the cleric.
They're a Jehovah's Witness. This is the long con. Get you into Dark World to tell you about their Lord and Savior.
Yes, he will have. I would assume they would have more information. It's just what their intentions are with newcomers that I worry about.
Yes. I don't enjoy the thought of being in the home of one of these things.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say home. Have you been in people's houses before, Nathaniel?
Yes, I have a house. Do you not consider my home a house?
I couldn't remember how open air your building was or not.
It had a door.
Well, forget I asked. Sorry, amnesia from before we got here, remember?
My previous circle, while we did travel, had some buildings that we would construct or pass through. Not often, but...
What is our story going in here? Do we disclose everything to him? Do we tell him we're from Fracterra? Or
No.
do we go with my flawless I have amnesia plan?
No.
Thellum, you're talking.
I was looking at shoes.
He just now walks out.
What do you think, Thellum?
I don't want to go in there. I don't want to get licked again.
Well, you won't be alone, and who licked you?
That's good gassed.
Someone.
Bad joke.
Bad joke. I mean, I don't want to go in there either. I don't know what other option we have, though.
The only information we have so far is to go west.
Which will just bring us into the swamp, which your friend seems to be exiting.
And who knows what we would run into there, and if they would even be any help or just danger constantly. Tell you what, though, if we get into danger, Nathaniel and I can phase step out of windows.
I can jump out of a window.
There we go. Perfect.
What about Adolfo?
He's an owl. He'll be fine. Seriously, I think this is our only option to get any information to find Darius so we can get out of here, which we should figure out a plan for. I'm just realizing.
Give me some time to think. While we've been walking, I've been planning something. It's early stages, but druid vibes.
I'll leave you to that then. But if anybody licks you without your permission, you tell them to knock it off.
What if that's a custom here, though?
They have to. They also have to appreciate our customs and that we don't follow that.
Oh, that you lick them back.
Or yes, you follow their custom, I guess.
I don't know about licking them.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
I'm curious.
All right, let's make our way towards it. I already forgot what direction it was in.
Towards compass.
Towards compass.
Can I get a percentile?
No.
Actually, give me give me a perception check.
Oh, not a percentile.
Whoever wants to do it. This is going to add to a percentile.
I do have advantage on perception.
Go for it.
Okay.
Not that I've necessarily rolled well, but
well, if you screw it over,
you got an 11.
Then can I just get a percentile at +10?
I would have gotten worse. You roll it. You're the one that got us in this.
I mean, I got us a +10.
But he keeps rolling low on those.
Yeah, it was all his fault.
With a +10, that is 81. I'm assuming higher is better because we were adding to it.
So yeah, you start heading towards this. You think you're navigating the streets. It's not a very intuitively laid out place. So you're having to do a lot of winding between buildings. There are some carriages that seem to go by at times with I'll say like humanoids pulling it instead, as if you're like a Boy Scout. Pulling the sled. And at some point, as you're like waiting for a carriage to go by, three white cats like run by and like through your legs and off towards like an alleyway.
Kitty.
Thellum, don't chase the cat, so we will lick you.
Oh, but Kitty. No. They're cute. There's
Thellum,
what?
follow us.
I don't
Just
go after
strays.
kitty cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You continue forward, and eventually, yeah, you get up to this like separately gated area within the city that seems to have a lot more vegetation in that area, like trees and a lawn, and like this really nice ornate estate or this manor. And as you're walking towards it, the iron gates, like the fenced gating, opens up as you start approaching. So you don't even have to touch it, and it just opens up. No one's around. You don't see anyone. But yeah, so you can
Just
is
like
your walk.
home.
Yeah, you're walking through. Again, like you see, like mostly just like I'll say like sculpted bushes to be like, or hedges to be like, like garden art and stuff like that. There seem to be apple trees. I think Thellum would recognize some of the vegetation or plants here. Remind him probably of his own forest, of like something you'd see grown in Fracterra. And you approach this manor door, which does not open up for you.
I'll knock.
I was going to
Thellum
ask if
comes
there's like
in.
ornate knockers or not.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, these like bat knockers.
Well,
But you knock on them, and then when you do like that third bang, 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 and on that third knock, it also slowly opens with no one present to open it. But you see candles and chandeliers lit inside this building. It looks very, I'll say it looks dark in a way still, but like the shadows still, the contrast of the light and the shadow still feels like this high contrast. It doesn't look like the lights are glowing any. It just, you see that they are lit, but other than like the fog, like there's a little bit of fogness to this place. It's like lightly fogged, but so you can still see within the house, but it's not there's
just a smoke machine going on.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Like it's everything's like this fog is pervasive to the entire place. And as you step inside, the door shut behind you, and you see, looking around, you see bookshelves, you see fine furniture, you see a fireplace. Again, there's fire going in it, but there's nothing illuminating from it. And you hear clacks of footsteps. Clack, 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 clack. As if someone's coming from another room, from on this hardwood floor, like downstairs or something like that. And to your left, to your left is this older gentleman, not old, but looks like he could be in his late 40s, maybe. Dark hair, slicked back, is wearing this dark, almost like bathrobe, or like just like a dark robe with some sort of like satin shirt you can notice for like peering out from it, which is very like leisurely, but very like high quality material. Definitely looks like a man of wealth. And
Sugar daddy.
He stops and looks towards you.
Hello.
Greetings. What brings you, strange new travelers, to Dark World?
Hal said you could help us with a few things.
And he smiles for a second. Of course. May I ask your names before we continue?
Eldafa.
Oh!
Wild choice.
I am, I forgot my name for a second, sorry. Endien Vilwiste.
Nathaniel.
Interesting. Well, greetings. I am Thrydwulf Volcul. I am the lord of this estate. Please join me in the study. We can talk further.
Thank you for hosting us.
Of course, it's not every day we get someone from Fracterra coming to visit.
Oh, you're aware of where we're from.
Would you possibly
Thellum, don't
would
make your mouth so
you
small.
possibly have some snacks?
Let's head towards the study and we will get some food along the way.
Also, is this like a humanoid?
Yeah, what are they?
Yes, it looks humanoid. It looks.
Are they hot?
Yes.
Oh no! Oh no!
They look very attractive.
Like objectively attractive, or like just Thellum thinks they're hot because of his standards of what is hot to him?
Like I imagine they have a high charisma.
Okay.
Oh,
Charisma doesn't necessarily mean you look good.
oh no! He's rich and hot.
Rich and hot. Like I said, has this dark hair. It's
And
shorter. It's shorter, dark hair. It is slicked back. A very sharp features. High cheekbones. But the high cheekbones don't make him necessarily look more feminine in that sense. But like, it's just more angular of a face.
Chiseled.
Very chiseled. Very prominent chin.
Not for me, but I can appreciate.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like a
Thank you all.
Cillian Murphy type vibe.
I don't know who that is.
Ryan Murphy?
Cillian Murphy. Peaky
Cillian
Blinders dude.
Yeah.
Peaky
Never-
Blinders.
I know.
think I am.
He's the main dude from Peaky Blinders.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it starts with a C?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right with
He's
the name.
got quite
too.
the
I-
jawline.
okay, yeah, we could say pretty similar to that.
Those like that type of like face.
Yeah,
Like-
much more of a less rough looking face than
Well-
that. But yeah,
Was that
like
Hmm.
he's got rough skin. The dude looks like he's got rough skin. This is what is he? Scarecrow. He's Scarecrow, right? From Batman.
Oh, yeah, Scarecrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both.
Oh, you know what? I found an image that might. Okay, this is who he's played by for you guys. He's played by Cillian Murphy. I think this is a good photo of it.
Special guest.
Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Not
that's Thrydwulf Volcul.
Yeah.
Everyone at home. I think if you find the photo I'm thinking of, you'll know.
Yeah. Much.
It looks
that
like
means
it's an
nothing.
old Polaroid.
Yeah, it does. It looks like it was taken in the 70s, but it clearly wasn't.
Not a red carpet photo.
No. But like slick back, dark hair, dark, thick eyebrows. And he starts to lead you towards this study. And as you are about to meet towards the door, as you're heading towards the door where he's leading you to the study, it's upstairs, it's on the second floor, so he leads you up the stairs, down this hallway, and almost like perfect timing, another humanoid has approached with a tray of food. Fracterran food.
Tell him your favorite.
Fracterran food.
my God.
There's lots of fish. There's lots of fruits, things like that. Fish and fruits. Yeah, so he'll the servant will hand it towards Thellum.
Oh, okay.
And
while the servant hands it to me, I'm gonna ask them, have you ever made a shoe cobbler?
are you asking the humanoid?
Yeah.
It looks as though they don't even register you talking to them. Like that's how the degree of which they're presenting this to you, but they're almost like are not allowed to talk to you.
Can I see if they're just? Can I do an insight check to see if they just don't?
Yeah, go
want
ahead.
to
Go
talk
ahead.
to me, or if there's something else going on.
No, go ahead. Give me an insight.
No.
You think
No.
you think they just don't like you?
I think they just. I'm just stinky, and they don't want to talk to me.
Yeah.
To be fair, you are stinky.
Yeah. You did just 2 seconds in ask for food. Yeah, so as he hands you the tray, so you have the tray of food. There is glasses of water if necessary for everyone. And Thrydwulf opens the doors, starts walking in. There's this big grand study with many bookcases. There's like this nice grand mirror. There's another fireplace. And there is this like portrait of a woman above the fireplace. And he like leads you towards some seats and gestures for you to sit down. And he sits in one of the very nice velvety armchairs.
I uncomfortably take a seat.
I take a seat.
Very eloquently take a seat. And think about how good I would look if I was in my gown right now in this gothic house.
I cutely take a seat.
Can I get another insight from Thellum?
Okay.
Oh. I thought you were about to say
with advantage. Insight with advantage, I think.
I was about to say, are you about to say initiative? Because I'm ready to throw hands.
No.
I thought you were going to ask me for another con save. My money's away. Leave me alone.
Oh. What's my insight modifier? That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You all sit in uncomfortably / uncomfortably as you are ready to have this conversation with this man you just met. Well, the rest of you are probably focused on the scenario. Thellum, the woman in the painting looks familiar. It's hard to put a finger on it, but they look familiar.
Who is that?
Do you say that? Is that what you do?
No. My
hands making knocking. Who is that?
Who is that?
Who are you?
Very strange. No.
As I am popping a piece of fruit into my mouth, I will ask, so what do you do?
I thought you were just going to say, who is that? After going through the no.
Yeah. Of course. I run this town. That's about it. I take care of my people, and in return, we have a nice, safe city to live in. But you all, I'm curious. You're from Fracterra. What brings you here?
Well, you see,
we are looking for our companion who seems to have found themselves trapped here in some way or another. We're not sure how they ended up here, but we have a very strong feeling they are. In fact, actually, we know they are. So we've gained messages from them.
What a terrible fate. To find yourself lost in dark world without rhyme or reason. How has your stay been so far?
Confusing.
Dark.
All very expected interactions when you're not used to the way things are.
When I'm inside of buildings, what do my tendrils do? Because they went up to the sky, right? So they just go up to the ceiling? They don't like wrap outside through the door?
No, they just go continue.
They just go up to the ceiling? Okay.
Yep. And also, he clearly hasn't like made any gesture about it. He hasn't made a huff about it.
Yeah.
Which leads to my next question. Do you know what's going on with her? Pointing at Endien.
Oh, it appears as though she is attempted to be invisible. And that doesn't work here in my town.
It's just something I kind of do. I didn't try. It just happens.
Is it something to do with the strings?
Strings?
And he like points up towards like the strings that are reaching from your body into the
Yeah, those appeared the same time I began looking like this.
Fascinating.
Wait, so you have developed or made a way for anti-invisibility, but the strings weren't a part of that.
I imagine my fog, which allows the civilians here to have a safe place to live, a safety from those that would threaten from outside, it also makes it so anything that would come in contact that is invisible make a light to all who sees. Those strings must have been there.
That is more than concerning.
Very fast. You all from Fracterra. Very interesting people.
Do you have any idea what they could be? These are news to me.
Do you have a master? Who are you a puppet for?
Nobody.
And he, again looks up to the strings as you say that. Interesting. Well, your guess would be as good as mine. And you?
Which you?
Are you enjoying the food?
He looks down at the fruit. What kind of fruit is it?
I'd say apples and raspberries.
It's good.
Good. I'm glad.
Who's she?
Oh, and he looks back towards the painting. Sorry, it's that was my late wife. I know it's crude to hold on to dearly, but if this is the memorabilia I get of her, then I shall keep it where I spend my time.
I'll insight check it. +2, so 11.
11. He's honest about this. You don't think he's lying in any way.
He's too charming. How'd you guys meet?
Oh, this is embarrassing, but
I don't.
We had a bit of a flame in Fracterra. We met and things just clicked. She wanted to get away, and I was inheriting a land in Darkworld.
What does a woman look like?
I guess. What did Eileen look like in her youth?
What the fuck was she doing, bro?
It looks like Eileen. It doesn't look like Eileen. It's not Eileen, but the resemblance is very similar. You can tell in the way she carries herself, her hair, different colored eyes, but she looks so similar to Eileen, but it's not Eileen.
I have two ways of leading this conversation.
Well, you're leading Endien's in her head right now. You and Nathaniel right now.
And you, Eladrin. What?
We're both Eladrins.
Oh, interesting to know.
I'm now Fey Touch.
So you must stay in the Court of the Four Seasons then?
Yes, that is where I make my home.
Actually, Endien, can I get a
Wisdom saving throw?
No. Can I get a history using your renown score?
Which is 1?
No. It should be a -4 or a -5 because you have a score of 1.
What? I don't know how these rules work. Yeah, I have 1 renown.
Yeah, so that should be a negative.
I think that's a -4.
That's a -4 because 0 is -5. So yeah, so it should be a -4.
9.
9? Okay. Oh, okay. So interesting. So do you both come from there then?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Originally.
Yes. We move in slightly different circles, though. Originally, at least.
So your friend, you said they're lost in Darkworld?
Oh,
yes.
Yes, sorry. Yes, he's mentioned a belly swamp and a mother village.
Mother's village. Very fascinating.
Oh, so?
He's only about 3 days away from here.
Oh.
It's very close by. It's just... That's interesting. Not many people travel to that village, so it's interesting that that's the one he would be seeking to go to.
Why not?
Somebody was leading him there.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense now. Word has been that Gargak the trader has been going there more often.
Trader as in somebody who trades goods, or trader as in...
someone who trades items.
Okay. That's less worrisome.
One of the few nomads of the area.
Would you be able to help point us in the right direction to get to Mother's Village?
Yes.
Okay, I was thinking Mother's Rest. That's a video game.
Would you like safe refuge for the night? I know the villagers. You've probably been very displeased at the sights you've seen coming from Fracterra. They all mean well. They just have a very different lifestyle that keeps them afloat.
Some like me.
Well, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. They probably thought you were astray. But again, if you'd like, my manor can offer you safe refuge here. If you'd like the night before heading out, the belly swamps can be quite the exhausting journey.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you inherit this manor? Was it
from my father before me?
How did your family come to be the head of this village?
A long line. We have a long lineage of rulers of this area of the Volcul estate. I do not know of a time before we were owners of this area, to be honest. History goes back quite far, you see. Much like I assume for you, time in Prisma probably goes far beyond what memory is encapsulated there.
Yes.
Same as the Dark World.
When did you inherit this manor? You don't seem to be very old yourself.
Oh, I'm getting up in age, I would say, but I inherited it a good 100 years ago.
Your age doesn't show.
Look good.
Well, thank you. I had an heir, but he went off to do his own thing. So I suppose I shall rule over until my next son is of age. And don't mind him, if he's fussy in the night. If it wakes you, he shouldn't be too much of an issue. He's still growing.
Okay.
Well, Thellum and Nathaniel, do you feel the need to take opportunity of this hospitality, or would you like to get a head start to Mother's village once we get the directions to go?
You said it was just a few days from here?
Yes.
I think I appreciate the hospitality, but it is also we have some urgency in finding our friend.
Yes.
Very well. Just follow compass.
So
Head
it's
towards
north
compass.
of here? It's not west?
It's towards compass. Head towards compass and you shall find... Travel is not the same here as it is for you in Fracterra. I think that's something you should gather quickly.
Yes.
The reason we use compass is because it is always in the same spot. As in, if you always head east from compass when you're in the belly swamps, you will find yourself here. If you always head north, head towards compass from here or the belly swamps, you will find Mother's village. Direction and travel are very highly linked to compass.
It seems like the terrain of this land is going to be different, but is there anything that we could expect along our way that we should be cautious of, besides various things that go bump in the night?
Oh, I don't know. I don't travel out too far. I don't know how things have changed, per se. But in general, the belly swamps are filled with terrible, hungry beings. Trust nothing in there.
Thank you.
Of course.
Then
Do we want to rest here so that we don't have to try and find a safe place to rest out there?
seems like we will have to rest out there eventually, but if you wish to rest here tonight, I am not.
I think it would be safest. Rest here, one less rest we have to make out there. I know it's of urgency to find Darius, but I also don't want to be so urgent that it costs us our lives. If the invitation is still extended, that is.
Of course.
of course,
Thank you.
this will probably be the safest place you'll have to sleep in your time here, so I would recommend it. And with that, we will end the episode. Hello, everyone. If you would like to talk to me about how this isn't Strahd, you can hit me up on Twitter at Bubblegum. That's with a K. If you would like to talk about what you think about Dark World so far and this journey, ooh, spooky, you can always hit us up at IDL_RPGS or hashtag IDL if you want to talk to your fellow travelers in the Dark World about it. Or if you would like to walk in and out of a butcher shop and talk about that with someone, you can talk to Adam at Little Growth on Twitter. If you'd like to talk about having strings attached to you, you can always hit up BakaZombie at ZombieBaka. And you can talk to it. Just hold it. Let him. His mouth is full with apple and fish. So just hold on a second. Okay. Goodbye.
Didn't even say who it was.
Kyle.